Welcome back to the channel, folks. We have a quickie here. We're going to send some more of these INS graded Morgan dollars into PCGS. And I just wanted to document before the submission what was going on and the quality of those coins. Before we get into the INS coins, I've already prepped a bunch of commemoratives, peace dollars, Morgan dollars. We have, if you can see through there, a Stone Mountain on line 1, a Lexington on line 2, a rarer, Vermont, line 3, a 1921 Pilgrim on line 4. I also had a 1920 that I thought was lightly cleaned or not worthy of sending in. And then we got into the peace dollars, 1922S. And then a 1923 D and S, or just a D maybe, or just an S. It's only one, okay. 1924 P, I know that. 25, 25S, 26, 26D, 27. 26D and 27 and 26P are much better dates. 34, 35, and we added a late edition 22D. All of those coins are PCGS price guide of 130 or more. So that means, 70% of the value on gray sheet. And then we have a higher submission, an 84cc and a 21p piece, both uncirculated. These might be worthy of taking a closer look at. The 84cc, I think, is a 64 with a shot at 65. It's already in the flip, and I don't want to handle it with bare hands. It's got very, very clean fields. It's got one or two small marks in front of the nose. That's not a mark. That's a streak, if you will. But there is one under the chin. People don't want me using the knife, so I won't. A couple of little marks on the cheek there. And the luster's not going to show well in this lighting and through the plastic flip. You're going to have to just trust me that it's a nice coin. All right, I will take it out. I'm in kind of a rush here. It's 9:30 Saturday morning, the 23rd. Merry Christmas, everybody. So this is an iPad on top of a roll of paper towels. So forgive me, this is a quick last-minute thing. Again, the lighting is not good. I did buy a light box, I just haven't set it up yet. So hopefully in the next near future we'll have some better quality to the videos. But again, the lighting is not making this coin look anywhere near as nice as it really is. So I think it's a 4. There's a little bit of scattered chatter on the cheek, which I think will prevent the 5. But other than that little bit of chatter, there's really not much. And the reverse is pretty stellar, as they usually are. I don't know if I can improve on the lighting or not. The background is not helping either, though. That brown wooden table. This little thing that you see in front of the nose is not a contact mark, it's a streak in the metal. Contact mark is a couple of them right there. All right, so that's the 84cc and the 1921 piece. I think it's a 62 with a shot 3. They're really hard on peace dollars if you haven't submitted them. Very, very hard to get above a 63, and with the 1921, they're exceptionally strict. I sent a few in. The last one I sent in was an XF that they XF detailed for being cleaned, which I still don't know where the cleaning was, but when you look at these under low angles, when you put your eye at height of the coin, you can sometimes see stuff that you don't see normally. And what I mean is at the atomic level of the surface of the metal, sometimes you'll see greenish or off color because these have been around for over 100 years and they've been stored in various conditions and places, and some of the old flips had PVC in them. These all had an acetone bath. Some of them over 24 hours, well rinsed, distilled water. All right, so that's that. Try to get it back in the holder. All right, put those off to the side. As for these, so the way these INS coins were assembled, right, they came in this they came Numismatic Certification Institute, NCI. They put them in this thing, and then within this capsule, there's another capsule. So I'll show you what I mean. If I can make some room. Again, this was last minute. Wasn't prepared to do this, but I decided before I sent them in, I really would like to document the progress. So we're going to have to use the knife to open this capsule because I don't have any fingernails, or at least not big enough. Find the groove. Just give it a little wiggle, like so. And actually, this one does not. Sometimes on the last view, this one doesn't have it. Had a plastic capsule around the coin. That's the gray sheet that I haven't opened from a month ago, thereabouts. See if I can get the lighting a little better. All right, so this is a 79S that I think is a shot 5. Some chatter on the chin and in front of the nose, all within that range of a 5. And not as nice as the 81S's that came back 66. Those were sent in with purpose. We get some more chatter in the fields to the left and right of the wings, a little bit above the eagle's head. 79S's, they are strict on, so they could for it. I think it's a 5, but we'll see. All right, next up. Put this one away. I'm in a big hurry because I have to meet somebody at 11 o'clock and it's already 9:30. These are not in any particular order. Zoom out. All right. And so this one, 86. Tangible Assets is the company that sent these into NCI or INS. Right? The INS, Numismatic, NCI. I guess they changed the name of the company at some point, but it was ICS. NCI rather. All right, so this one, 86. Get all this out of the way. I've already had two 1886 Morgan dollars, grade 66, over the last couple of years. This one, you know, that mark on the cheek is going to definitely prevent a 6, in my opinion anyway. Could still be a 5. Chatter above the eagle, in God we trust. Nice luster. You gotta remember the luster is a very important part. That mark on the cheek there. Pen's an inch above the surface, folks, don't worry. Another small one there. Other than that, the fields are pretty clean. So another 4-shot 5. I like to be conservative in my estimation, so I'm not depressed. And we got a couple more INS. Again, not in any order. ADS, one of the most common dates of them all. This one has some toning. Looks like it has good luster. Always check your 1880S's for the varieties of 80/9, 80/79. Sometimes they're missed. I do believe we've already looked closely at this one. Very nice luster. Look how fast and free-flowing it is around the perimeter of the coin. Lovely piece, as these coins are often came. And a couple marks. You know, this could be one of those 64 pluses because of the luster, but a couple of marks keep it out of a 5. So that's another 4-shot 5. I think we got 2 more of the INS's, and then we have 1 or 2 other things to show. Where's that in? Hold on, that might be actually it on the INS's. I'm sorry. Those are empty packages. All right. Yep, that's it on the INS's, except for the hard case ones and the AccuGrades. So this, considering sending in for crossover, hard to get a 66. When you look at this coin, I know you're seeing some widely scattered shatter at a max zoom. This is a lovely piece. No pun intended. A lovely piece of a peace dollar. Certainly all of a 5, but to get to a 6, that's a lofty request. So I wouldn't want to lose the AccuGrade holder for really anything less than a 6. So it's a quandary to request a minimum grade of a 6 on a crossover, that's almost insulting, right? So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. You know, there's a tiny, tiny bit of wide ticks, but we're not asking for an MS-70 or a 69 or a 68 or a 67, right? So a 66 by definition has a few contact marks. We're looking for original luster and eye appeal, and I think we've got plenty of both. So that one is a 50-50, whether I'm going to send that in or not, but I have to make that decision in the next half hour. And then this PCI Gettysburg, which I've shown in previous videos, is a lovely coin. I'm not super familiar with the classic silver commemoratives as far as how they grade them. I did do some research on this, and you look for the high relief of the lines on the straps of the axe and on the shield. But aside from those being fully struck up, there's really hardly any contact marks, and it's got beautiful original toning. And not sure why this wouldn't 4. Not sure what it takes to get a 5 on these, but that one is a possibility. This silly little Washington quarter is probably a 66, but it's only a $50 coin. So unless I thought it was a shot 7, it doesn't make sense to send it in. It's a 47D. And I don't think it's a shot 7 because I've sent a lot of these in. I've never gotten one. And I've sent some nicer ones in. So as nice as it is, it doesn't make sense to send that one in. The only, aside from the stuff I already showed you, we have a couple of 11D pennies that are XFAU, if you will. And again, these are not super expensive coins, under $100, depending on if they grade AU. And let's see, we can get better lighting on this one. Let's move it over here a little bit. It looks like a 55, which was an 11S. It's got good luster, minimal wear. Yeah, don't know. Got another one that's almost its twin brother. Probably going to send them both in just because they're not selling on eBay even at $40. So if they're $80 coins and I spend $30 to get them graded and I get 40 or 50 for them, it's better than what I'm doing, so trying to sell them raw. So we'll probably send them in partially as an experiment to see what PCGS does with them, partially to get rid of them. And then the only other things that I'm still contemplating doing anything with, we showed these in previous videos, but they still haven't been sent in. There's your INS hard case. I would have to break these open or send them in for cross. I don't even know if they would cross these because of the size of the holder. I don't know what PCGS does with these. So you got that one. This one I probably wouldn't send in because I mean, it's definitely not even proof-like, not sure where they got the DMPL on this one. But the other ones that I'm about to show you are closer. This one is, you can see there's really no reflectivity there. Not sure. Maybe it looks better after it comes out of the case. Maybe there's a little PL on one side, but I'm not particularly thrilled with that one. Here's an AccuGrade 1879. And the 65 grade of the 1879 is the big jump. This is a better date. A lot of people may not necessarily know. It's kind of a sleeper within the series. But that's a super clean coin. This one I've had for a few years actually. But I'm on the fence about sending that one in, possibly as a crossover or cracking it out. This one's a lovely coin. Again, it's hard to get that element of reflectivity that I can capture when I'm not trying to do it on an iPad camera. But there is definitely a PL element on both sides to that one. Not sure it's dimple, but probably proof-like. And this 81S is similar. Original toning, and then the one that has the strongest reflectivity is this 82S. Clearly very strong mirrors that I think should qualify as a dimple. May not get the same level in the reverse, which might hold it down to PL, but it's hard to tell through all the plastic. So on that note, we're almost at 20 minutes. We're going to send, I don't know about the hard case ones. Oh, there's a couple more I forgot to show. These little Colombian $50. These ones may or may not go in too. 93 and a 92. You know, the grades look accurate, 64. Yeah, 100, 100 and a quarter if they come back. But those capsules, those holders are scarce in and of themselves. So on that note, folks, let me know what you think. What would you do with these? Would you keep them? Would you cross them? Would you grade them? You can always grade them later. Once you decide to grade them, you're not going to be able to get those holders back. I got a bunch of walkers like this AU, BU. I've got dozens in the same level of quality that You know, I sent the 1941 in last submission, and it came back MS-64. You know, for me to send these in, I would want either an AU-58 or a 64 or better. And I just don't know if it's there. You know, I think it might be a 63 or a 62, but maybe it is AU. These are hard to tell for me. You know, looking at the highest points, sometimes it's poor strike. The luster does break going over the eagle's chest, which tells me this one's probably a 58. You've got no thumb, but that happens on a lot of these. Poor strike, yeah, this is definitely an AU. So this one might be the 58 we would hope to get, but is it worth it? Probably not. All right, again, I got a bunch of those, so we're just showing you one as an example of what the others are similar. So on that note, wishing you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever you might celebrate, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and let me know what you would do if you had these holders. Would you send them in? Would you send some of them in? Would you keep them? Do you think they're worthy of sending in? All right, thanks again, folks. If you would like to comment, like, or subscribe, it would be appreciated, but we put no pressure or expectations on that. It's Scott here from Sam's Coins and Heavy Metal, samscoinsandheavymetal.com, samscoinsandheavymetal@gmail.com. Have a great holiday. See you soon.